Hello and welcome to another week of Sharky Does Sports. Okay, guys, welcome back. It feels like a while, but it's just another week. Today on the table we have a strong cast. Probably one of the favorites. I see in the comments what you guys like. So I try to provide. We've got a pretty strong cast today. Next to me we have Mr. Star Player,
the one and only.
Welcome back.
Goat is back.
Welcome back. You're back from injury.
Yeah, got a new shirt.
Oh, you got a new shirt? Let's have a look at that shirt. You got an Arsenal shirt.
What's that on the back?
What's on the back?
What's on the back?
Which way do I face it? This way?
Yeah, go on. All the way.
Cheese! Shout out my boy Duran from Toronto. He got me the shirt. Tavares, repping. You already know I love Tavares. I had to get his shirt.
Mental.
That's mad, you know.
People are sending him shirts now.
Before I even introduce everyone else on the table, if you didn't see that, Star Player is currently wearing an Arsenal away shirt of Nuno Tavares on the back.
Facts.
That is the power of the podcast. That's generally a listener heard the podcast, saw how much Star Player loves Nuno Tavares, and got him a shirt.
Stars is clear though.
I want another. I want another one. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Yeah.
Feeling greedy.
Greedy.
Someone could get me a Pedro Neto wool shirt.
Pedro Neto Wolves. Now he's asking.
Yeah, in fact, that's how
you said it. Mental.
We've got elite fans. They're gonna provide me with a shirt. Love, guys.
Mental.
That's amazing. Whoever said that, I might
Appreciate that, man.
I might open up a PO box. And like people can just send lots of stuff that we can go for the episode. But that was cool, man. I appreciate that.
I get one as well, man.
So
we'll get you 39. We'll get you 39 Man United. 17.
That one there, I don't want that one. That one let's go to charity. How about that?
And opposite me on the table, alongside
the man that
myself
can be killed though,
and Stars, we have the man.
Why can I be killed?
I hate when this is the man that can't be killed.
We've got Sugar Sean. Sugar Sean in the building with a nice retro Arsenal shirt.
Come on, man. It's nice, man.
That's a shirt we were wearing when he was watching Arsenal.
You messed up the whole trend, bro. Everyone was going for Arsenal kits today and you didn't want to wear it.
So what? You're not a Chelsea fan?
Shit, man.
Yeah,
get him out of here, man. Proper Chelsea.
It's a great shirt. It's a great shirt.
We've
got Sean, and next to Sean we have the return of the Mac.
And I know it feels like I haven't been here for
T-Ban McCartney.
Return of the Mac.
Mental.
You've been on the bench as long as Martial has been, to be honest.
Crazy. Bro, I feel like I haven't been here for time, you know? Why does it feel like I haven't been here for ages, man?
Because you haven't. They're too busy for us.
What was the last time? Jim? The review, innit? The review one.
Were you in the end of year 2021 video?
You haven't had a vid in 2022?
No, that was the last one. That was my last one.
It's only right.
It's mad.
Deserve that as well.
Mental.
But everyone's back now. Let's talk about what's going on right now in the Premier League, okay? In the English League, there's a lot going on. Where do we even start? I mean, Watford just got announced. They got Roy Hodgson as manager, the oldest manager in the Premier League.
About 2 years older than Sean, right?
He's sending shots already.
It's already starting, yeah.
The oldest manager's back. But on top, so first of all, what do you think about the appointment of Roy Hodgson? It's like a flipping merry-go-round of just signing the same managers to save them from relegation.
They could have Pep Guardiola, he'll still get sacked.
That's true.
About it, man.
I thought he retired. That's why I'm shocked. That's what was shocking me. I genuinely thought he retired.
He's our guard of honor for Palace, no?
Yeah.
I probably he genuinely retired from football.
I thought so too.
They're asking for him to do too much, man. We can't have a manager die on the job. He's too old, man.
Mental.
He's too old, like. How old is he?
He is old, to be fair.
Mid-70s.
Yeah, that's old, man.
Yeah, man.
Can't be putting that much stress on a man like that. A Watford job as well.
Yeah.
That's stress.
The new age managers are all like 40.
Yeah.
The new age, late 30s, 40s,
50s. Yeah.
He's already grey. What colour can his hair go
You
now?
mean the new age of
the Tuchels and
true.
Ragnick's what, 60?
Ragnick, he's not a new age manager. He's just not won anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But Watford, okay, what do you think about Watford's policy of like, so we always look at Chelsea.
Watford are a confused club, brother.
Watford are worse than Chelsea.
They're confused.
They're worse than Chelsea.
They don't know what they want.
So with Hodgson now, that's 17 now, I think, isn't it? 17 in 10 years?
Yeah, 17 managers, I think that is in the how many Watford managers can you name in the last 10 years?
Can we just go round? Everyone just say one.
I don't think it'll get past me, to be honest. I can't remember.
Because even recent, they just been signing like random names. But how many Watford managers can you name? Go on.
Bro, I stopped thinking about them after Marcus Silva. After that, it became.
Does 80 Boothroyd get in there?
He's the last one that actually did something good with him, but he was in the last 10 years. 80 Boothroyd, the last one actually flipping. I think he won the playoffs or something.
What was the other one? Kiko? What's his name? Kiko? No, it wasn't.
Flores.
Yeah, that was.
Flores, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Kiko Flores.
Is it Jovanovic?
Jokanovic.
Something like that.
Was Zola manager at one point?
Yeah, Gianfranco Zola. That was back in 2012.
Bro, this, you know.
So from 2009 now till now, it was like Malky Mackay, Sean Dyche, Gianfranco Sola, Giuseppe Sanimo, Oscar Garcia, Billy McKinley, which I think was a caretaker manager, Jokanovic, Kiko Flores, Walter Mazzari, Marco Silva, Javier Garcia, Kiko Flores again, Hayden Mullins, which was a caretaker, Nigel Pearson, Hayden Mullins again caretaker, Vladimir Ivic, and then the last manager who sacked Francisco Javier Munoz, I don't know his full name, and Claudio Ranieri.
Bare dons. Never heard of.
Yeah, and then they with the average of what, like 6 months?
Yeah, it's crazy.
They've sacked 2 managers just this season.
Yeah. We're only in Jan.
I'll be honest, bro.
I mean, the sacking culture in football in
Yeah.
general is mad now.
Yeah.
What did we predict?
Results, innit? It's results.
What did we
It's a
predict a couple
results-based
weeks
game
back?
now, innit?
Didn't we predict like how many managers would be sacked?
Yeah, and I
towards
think
the
we
end of
said
the
like one more maybe.
season?
Since then, Rafa Benitez has been sacked. Ranieri's been sacked. It's been about 7 managers already this season.
Yeah.
Almost half the Premier League has been
It's
sacked.
results based now, innit?
It's
Yeah.
facts.
It's a lot of money involved with Premier League status now, innit? So teams are now pressured. They don't want to go down, so they just do whatever it takes. And unfortunately,
It's
now
all about the
managers
right
are
opponent
managers,
though,
innit?
because
Huh?
what's his name? Norwich. Dean Smith is doing decent at Norwich.
No, but I heard, there's a lot of managers that have been sacked after losing to Norwich.
Oh, wow. I didn't think
Yeah.
Mm.
I kind of noticed that trend as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
true.
it's like Norwich is like the team where you can't lose. If you lose to Norwich, it's
Then
like,
we need a change.
I
That's
think
what it
Dean
is,
Smith
yeah.
might have got sacked from Villa after losing to Norwich. I think it was, but I heard there was a trend. It's like
It is a trend.
if you lose Norwich, you
I've
get sacked.
noticed that trend.
Like
as
you
well.
can't lose to Norwich.
Mm.
Like, it's like the benchmark. Like
I know
yeah,
Rafa-
if you
I know
lose-
Rafa
if you-
lost
if
to
you lose
Norwich.
to
I know about
Norwich, you're basing in a crisis.
Yeah,
Basically,
Rafa
that's how they
lost
look
to-
at it now.
Yeah,
they went. Josh Sargent scored 2 against you. Get out of here, man.
Well, their appointments haven't been any more kind of like unknown to us than like what lag was for Wolves. I wasn't say lag for a second.
Yeah.
that's money. That's what's going on.
Jeez, man. When the money
Smarty's getting a bit too far.
But what was your point?
But yeah, no, because like their appointments have just been shocking because it's no different to what lag is to half them names you mentioned of who are they.
Yeah.
So just the wrong appointments.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't get it though. It's like, is it the
And they're
owners?
way too quick
So
in a
fast.
sense of they're way too quick of sacking someone and having someone already ready.
Mm.
Yeah,
Like, obviously that's meant to happen, but they just do way too
You
quick.
see
man.
West Brom, Fulham, Norwich, Watford, these clubs, get out, man. That's just a waste of time, you know.
have your
I
own
hate
league. Your own like
yeah,
little
have your
bracket.
little league, like, and bro, these men just come up, Marshall, and they go back down.
They haven't got the funding, like, because that's what it is.
Mentally,
Like Wolves, at least Wolves had they just went and bought bare Portuguese players.
Yeah, you got at least they have a theme.
Yeah, they
have
got a
that
theme.
works.
Surely that's
They have
not
a theme
allowed
that
though,
works.
man.
Well, why?
There's too many Portuguese players on the team. There's
Why?
got to be some rule they're breaking.
What are they breaking?
There's got to be something like limit of players. Surely, that's a Portuguese team. The whole you can make a starting lineup of Portuguese
Yeah,
players.
what's wrong with that?
That's all right.
But surely that's not right. You got to have some sort of like.
Nah, man. This country been colonized too much, man. How they got colonized?
That's what Wolves are doing. Though. It's like I'm looking at them like you got to have some sort because you have to have a certain amount of homegrown players.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like sure.
But they
how
sound young youths.
yeah,
as
the
well.
way they get around it is smart.
Sound
It's
young.
It's smart. They sound basically like
under 21 Wolf players,
yeah, like
so
a
they count
like
as
a
homegrown.
rising star from like the Portuguese league that
Yeah.
you wouldn't really think.
Fabio
is-
Silva was like 17, 18 when it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
counts as like homegrown because it's like
Yeah.
yeah. Smart though.
they work
Smart,
around it really
yeah,
well.
yeah.
But speaking about moving over. Okay, we'll go back to Watford. But speaking about Wolves, I mentioned earlier, and then speaking of Wolves and linking it to Arsenal. Obviously, Arsenal not going great season. I mentioned earlier in the group chat, he didn't agree. I'd want someone like obviously transfer window. I want someone like Ruben Neves at Arsenal.
Nah, I don't want him nowhere near my club, man. Well, I've been
Why?
saying
I
that. I've
think
been saying
incredible.
He's been against.
Well, I've been Ruben Neves
for a minute,
for
man.
a
I've
time.
never understood
I
why.
don't mind him. He
Why?
can go United.
Why though? Why? Why?
He's not an Arsenal man.
No, but why? I need
just-
to hear reasons.
He just for me, he just like some players fit the mold, fit the team perfectly. For me, I was gonna say Bruno. Was it Ruben Neves? He's just not that, man. I think he's all right. I don't think he's better than Xhaka. So for me, it's like,
So you don't think he's better than what you already have?
yeah, more or less.
I think he'd improve our team.
That's mental.
Yeah,
I
just don't
Ruben
like
Neves, yeah,
I think
in terms
he'll
of his ability to so like for example his set pieces already that's an improvement
Yeah.
in itself.
In that sense of like long range, everyone knows how
Yeah.
good he is at that.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. But he's a good defensive midfielder.
And he could do the deep
He's
playmaking.
he's a good passer.
Yeah.
He's a deep playmaking
Okay.
defensive midfielder. That's what we need because the
100%.
way we play football.
I saw a
is
comp of
we
his like
build up.
even his passes,
Yeah.
even his through balls
Yeah.
and his balls
Yeah.
over the top,
Yeah.
breaking lines.
And he's a leader as well. You know, he captained
He's-
Porto at like
yeah.
18, 19 in the Champions League.
Yeah.
He's only, he's younger than Scott McTominay.
Is it?
Yeah, it's mad.
No,
He's
but
got a
people
wicked.
forget that Scott McTominay's 25.
25.
The way they talk about him is like a little baby.
Yeah.
You know, they talk about him like he's like 18. Like, yo, this is a grown man, you know.
Ruben Neves,
another
but Ruben
discussion.
Neves is younger than Scott McTominay, but you wouldn't think that he plays
Yeah.
so.
He looks like
so
he's 30.
mature, yeah.
Yeah.
But like he's a player that I think will significantly improve our team.
Another one that like very quite similar. Wouldn't say exactly same playing style, but a lot of similar attributes is James Ward-Prowse as well.
Yeah, I think he's another one. I'll
Another
improve
one,
on.
another leader
I'll
as well.
take him at Arsenal.
I like him.
So you don't say I like him.
That's
now.
mad, 'cause he'd rather
Yeah,
have Ward-Prowse, but
don't
not
say
play.
now. That's what I'm gonna get you. Don't say I don't like him now. You have a problem with Ruben Neves, but you don't have a problem with James Ward-Prowse.
I like James Ward-Prowse.
So okay, but they're the way they
So
play
I
is
can't
strikingly similar.
pick and choose
If
who I
anything-
like at my club or not.
Yeah, but if
Why are you
anything,
having an argument
if
about it?
anything, Ruben,
I need to know.
I don't want the players I do want. It makes no sense.
No, but I want to know why though. I genuinely want to know
because I think
why.
Ruben
It
Neves
has
got
to be
more
footballing.
than what James Ward-Prowse
his
probably
game.
adds to his
Yes.
game.
I agree.
I
Yeah.
think James this season has put a lot of goals in, man. Whether it's
So
open
Ruben
play,
Neves-
whether it's set pieces,
Yeah, but
Ruben Neves has that in his game as
Yeah,
well.
he has that in the game. Bro.
it once in a blue moon.
It's not really, you know.
When you're playing alongside a very
I
good
don't-
player in Jean Martino,
I don't need him in goals. I don't
me,
need him
it's
full
like-
goals. I don't need him full goals.
yeah,
I need the
He gives a good balance.
Playmaker.
Just
give
Just a
me
good balance.
give me Bruno Guimaraes. Well, that's
Bruno
the guy I want.
Guimaraes.
That's the guy I want.
What, the guy who's gone to Newcastle?
You know,
The guy that's gone to
something-
Newcastle?
No, Newcastle put the bid in, but I don't think he's gonna go. I think he's too ambitious for Newcastle still.
I want Bruno.
I don't think he want the money.
No, but the Bruno guy, because he plays in Lyon,
It's mystical.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's exotic.
Yeah, it's mystical,
It's
yeah.
exotic. You want to bring something, something nice from abroad and makes it look like your team, bro. You're getting the same thing. You're getting the same thing.
No. I've seen a comp. Of Bruno
I've seen
Guimaraes.
that. Oh,
This guy, worldly of a
What did
player.
Sharky say in the future the other day? Watch Nicolas Pepe on YouTube and you get the same thing,
He's
bro.
tearing up right now.
You think he's Neymar?
Hey, Pepe's
He's
tearing
Neymar.
up now. You know
Yeah,
his value
Pepe.
surely must go up.
Pepe.
Yeah, he's tearing
So,
up.
it must be Arteta, bro.
He's tearing.
'Cause with him, he's a confidence player, man. So
Nah, but okay, let's go. Well, we're talking about Arsenal, right? Let's talk about Arsenal just in general so far at the moment because we're all high and mighty on Arsenal. I'll admit, so was I and everything. But 2022, we've played Man City.
Yeah.
We smashed them for 30 minutes.
You took the game to them. You took the game.
We
to
really
them.
took the game to them.
You won in the first 30 minutes.
We really took the game to them. We won the first half, 1-0.
You won the
We
first
really
half.
took the
Yeah,
game
that's
to
it.
them. We gave them a stupid penalty, Gabriel red card, and then we lost. Okay, last kick of the game. Regardless,
Yeah.
we lost that game. But we talk about like we won or got something out of it. Playing Nottingham Forest, we lost. Playing Liverpool, lost a tie. Drew the first game 0-0. We're happy, we're proud of it because we played over 67 minutes with 10 men 0-0. Took the game to them as well at Anfield. Yeah,
You know, I love
Came-
that line.
came-
You took the game.
came back to the Emirates, popped us. I was there. I never saw this. Like the most upset I've been at a home game this season was against Liverpool in the cup. Devastating. Then we just played Burnley 0-0. Not won a game in 2022. Two of them. You said what we haven't won the last 5 games.
Yeah, you have
Three.
won.
That's a freedom of cup games.
Three of them cup games, but you haven't won your last 5.
Yeah, we haven't.
Could have been 6 or 6 if you
What we
played
think,
against
and
Spurs.
obviously, yep. And then look, we're clearly missing midfielders. We've got Xhaka and Partey both suspended. We've loaned out Ainsley Maitland-Niles, another midfield option we could have. We've
and then he's at AFCON.
yep. And then it's still at Africa Cup of Nations. It's still in the tournament. There's not long left to go the transfer window. We haven't got a striker yet. We haven't got a centre midfielder yet. We don't know how much closer we are to any of them. Vlahovic just agreed to Juventus.
Yeah,
What are
he's
we
a smoke
thinking
screen,
right now as Arsenal fans? Because a month ago, a few weeks
Well,
ago, we were over the moon.
man. Yeah, for me.
Is that 4th spot still ours?
No, you know.
You said 3rd.
Yeah, no, for me, yeah, for me.
I think Tottenham are in a better
for
position.
me,
No. For me, I'll be real, yeah. This last week, it's either fast forward us 2-3 years or push us back 2-3 years. Like we've got to make the push now, otherwise we're back to where we was last year, finishing 7th, 8th. Because as everyone here has watched Arsenal games, we are so stale. We are so stale. We just rely so heavy on Saka to work his magic, and what's his name, Martinelli. Sometimes Smith Rowe. But obviously, we've been in a bad situation where we had to bring Odegaard into centre mid. I don't like him in a double
it's too
pivot
deep.
because he's a way better creator. As everyone's seen last month, he was nominated for Player of the Month. Was it 3 goals, 3
Premier
assists?
League, yeah.
So him in midfield, obviously, it's the board's fault. It's Arteta's fault. So also it's the players' fault. Because look, how am I 29? Granit Xhaka, how am I 29 years old? A leader, most composed place in football is the midfield, innit? You got to be controlling there, and he's erratic. Picking up yellows and reds, normal. And then Thomas Partey coming back from Ghana, obviously midday. Apparently it was like a midday flight or some shit.
Next day.
And then he comes on.
Love
okay,
you still at the airport.
15 minutes left into the game, high tackle.
Bro, the game.
I don't-
Listen. No, but the game's already done.
Yeah.
It's 2-0. It's done, bro. It's done. Why are you getting yourself sent off?
Yeah,
Like,
that's the only thing that jars me off. It's like these guys, and also I ain't gonna lie to you. I know he's your friend, Lacazette, but the
he's
brother,
not a friend. He's a cool guy.
he's a cool guy. Whatever. I like Lacazette, but he is not a striker. Because even when we was on that crazy run, we're gonna be. When we was on that crazy run, it was mainly Saka, Martinelli, Emil Smith Rowe that were chipping the goal off the bench. It was never.
But Lacazette was important.
He was, yeah, but he's a bro. We've watched games. Yeah, you've seen it live. Everyone's seen it on the screen. Whatever. Whenever, say for example, Martinelli or Saka beats the man, goes down the byline. There's no one in the box. He's not in the box. He's asking to pull it back on the edge of the box.
Yep.
There's no one to aim for in the box.
Yeah, I was gonna ask is the Burnley game. He was in the box.
Oh,
He
no.
did. He was in the box. He did get that pull back from Emil Smith Rowe,
Oh my days! And that's the thing as well with Lacazette.
and he missed.
That's the thing with Lacazette as well. He's a kind of striker. Yeah? He's not that kind of striker. He's gonna have 3-4 chances in a game. He's a guy. He'll sniff 1 or 2 late, like most 2, and with the 1, you just gotta take it.
and
he
his
does it
percentages
even
aren't that high enough to
even what you call it. Liverpool. I think Liverpool when at home where Lokonga played it over the top,
Yep.
and he was through on goal, and then he just smashed it over. Like chances like that, you just gotta grab it. Otherwise, we're gonna be in a situation where Liverpool will capitalize from it.
You missing
But-
Oba?
Huh?
You missing Oba?
I'll throw him back in, but obviously we know that's not going to happen. What do you call it? Because I think because it's now the 2-week break, and I think Arsenal are flying to Dubai for their training, whatever, and Oba's not in it, not part of that plans. I think Saudi's
Well,
linked
that's
to him and stuff like that.
But that's the thing. If Aubameyang has got no place left in the team,
Yeah.
Jack Wilshere's flown to Dubai, but he's still not even.
Inshallah,
an
he
option.
does not play for us.
He's
man.
not an option.
Inshallah,
He's not an option. He's not an option. If we don't sign anyone, say we get to 1st of February, we're not signing no one. You saw our bench against Burnley, Premier League game. If it was a cup game, I'd get it.
Levan was on the bench, bro.
Basically, yeah,
Nah,
you
but
were.
to-
Bro,
just to be
we
fair
made
though,
one change. We made a one
but
change.
I did, but you
Made one
can't if you
change.
can't beat Burnley with
Eddie
that
Nketiah
starting
came
lineup. It weren't good enough. I can't lie to you.
That was
It
a
wasn't an
lineup good enough
excuse.
to beat.
But
It's
listen,
not an
Considering
excuse.
Burnley
I
had
agree.
8,
I
like
agree.
I said to you, Burnley had 8 players at the
But they were playing
training
low
ground
block shit, man.
that week.
But the way they're frustrating, bro.
It doesn't
Bro,
matter
they're
though,
low
bro.
block, man.
Bro,
They
like-
were as unprepared as any club probably could have been in that position that week
Yeah.
as well.
Nah,
And you had a more than good enough.
Yeah, you had enough
11
quality
team,
to win that game.
11 on the
comfortably.
pitch,
Yeah.
easy, comfortable.
You guys were saying before the game in the group chat you expected at least
I
3
was,
goals
I
in the
was.
game.
I was.
I didn't say that.
Yeah,
I'm
I thought
saying-
it was going to be a route,
I was.
And
and you said the goal was coming, and
and
goal
it
never
felt
came.
like it was coming, but it just never came.
Right,
That is
what- so-
what I call edging.
These players up top that you lot talk about,
I'm not gonna lie. I don't get it. So
these
fair enough.
players up top that you have, you rant and rave about. It's just not good enough, bro.
Bro, no, I said. Bro,
What I rant and rave about?
You know what's crazy?
You rant and rave about a lot of the players, though.
You know what's crazy?
Saka,
We sat here.
Saka,
but Saka's been run to the ground, bro.
bruv, our players have been run to the ground. Mason Mount's played fucking something like 60 consecutive
Yeah, no,
games.
no.
Like these
Impressive.
players have to produce if they're good enough.
No, Saka
Your
wasn't
back
good
line
enough.
that you
Saka
talk
wasn't-
about-
Saka wasn't good enough against Burnley.
The back line you talk about,
Neither was Smith.
Gordon.
Neither was Martinelli. Smith came out a bit.
Gordon Jota, and who else?
Cade Gordon.
Firmino
The player, yeah.
made Ben White and fucking thing look like have.
It was a bad game. Shocking game.
But
That all comes from, I'll be honest, missing the midfielders.
Sharks, did I not say to you though?
It changes the way the whole team plays. You know that. Go on.
Did I not say a few
Yeah,
remember we sat here a few weeks ago,
yeah.
when it was
This is
analysing
Arsenal
after the
intervention, I'll take
Newcastle game, yeah. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And I sat here and we was talking about who's gonna finish top 4. And I mentioned how Arsenal got too thin of a squad to finish in top 4.
You did say that, yeah.
And then everyone was able to grilling me or whatever. But it's only taken 3 weeks and my points have already been proven. Also, their squad is way too thin. As much as your first, I think your starting 11 is amazing. I think the
If
quality
everyone's
in
fit.
everyone's fit. Your starting
That's
11
top four,
is a
yeah.
very. I think it's a top 4
Yeah.
starting 11. After that is horror. So with Arsenal, it wasn't me doubting the team. It's just I'm looking at the squad in comparison to Tottenham and United. They don't have a large enough squad to finish in top 4, especially when the injuries come into play. You've seen already absences and all of this
it's
bullshit coming in.
suspensions. It's our two main central midfielders when they
Who are liabilities?
and they're
let's be
both
honest.
getting red cards.
They're both liabilities,
Yeah, bro, they're both-
Especially
they're
Xhaka, bro.
Nah,
they're
How many
29, bro,
times- How
28,
many
29.
times, bro? How many times that guy? I think he's genuinely not alright, bro. Like, no, not to be rude or anything. I just genuinely think
You're looking like he's our bridge.
Nah, you know what it is? I think IQ level's not there, bro.
Something's wrong.
Like to be what 29, 30, touching 30,
I think he's
and
I think he's
you're still
29,
making the
30,
same
yeah.
mistakes
Bro,
you made in
bro.
the first year at Arsenal. bro. It's like he's basically
Self-sabotage.
no, it's like that brother that would be like to you, oh bro, I'm sorry, I won't
do it again.
I won't do it again, and then next week he does it
Just lets
again.
you down.
Yeah.
But it
Bro,
goes for the
it's a
same.
it's a
It goes.
letdown,
It
bro.
goes for the same as Thomas Partey. He's an experienced player as well, and he got sent
Yeah.
off for no
Mate,
reason.
I got a conspiracy on that one. I genuinely feel he was so mashed up. He said, I can't go training tomorrow. I just said, bro, do you not see his face?
Nah, but he still
He
got
looked
training
mashed up. He looked mashed up, bro. Look at his on the
Nah, but-
bench. He looked mashed
but
up.
you know the thing
I know
is-
he thought, you know what, bro, I can't do training tomorrow. I am tired. Yo, I'm getting sent off to him.
But you know what it is with you lot,
Maybe,
yeah?
you know, maybe.
Do you really think that Aubameyang's disciplinary thing was any much worse than what Lukaku's was?
I think it was a long going thing. That's why.
Yeah, but do you
because
think-
even at Gabon, bro, they didn't bring him back because of his heart stuff. They brought him back because of him and Lamina partying and going out and shit. Apparently,
I basically apparently so obviously
Is it fabricated? Is it fake?
Not fabricated, but it's been twisted in it. So they were at a restaurant, and the restaurant had entertainment. You know, even in London, they have some restaurants have like entertainment. So like they'll have like dances and stuff like that. So it was one of them ones where he went to a restaurant with the players and they had like entertainment. So it looks like when you're watching that little clip there, it looks like it's a rave, but it's not really a rave. It's just him in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And then they just got entertainment and that. And then obviously he caught COVID, bro. Like you don't like you. It's a bro. At the end of the day, it's a flu that you can't see. Anyone can catch.
If
it
I was
at any moment.
struggling up top, like
could have caught it in
Arsenal,
London when on his way there. Do you know what I mean? So
if I was struggling up top like you lot are at the moment, I'd be playing him.
yeah, 100%.
bro, for me, it's if we don't bring a striker in, bring him back in, and it doesn't. But
You
like,
should be
he's an
bringing him,
option.
but it's important parts of the year. It's like freaking
Yeah.
when you're like step 5, step 6 football, like non-league football. It's like when you know that you've got a sniff of maybe making the playoffs and stuff, people start buying freaking players from left, right, and centre that's half decent, that's been released, or that ain't playing for a top like a side that's maybe it's step 4 or step 5. You go on to the end of the season thinking that you're going to put in a run to challenge for the top 4. You're in that position where you need that top 4.
Yeah.
And you lot thought it would be comfortable this year. You lot thought it would be challenge worthy to even for being in second or third.
I was never that high on it.
But
I'll
you
be real.
but you knew that
But
you'd
I
only have to
always-
focus on the
I
Premier
knew,
League.
I knew with obviously where Chelsea was picking up a lot of draws.
I know, but it's the
Man
squad-
United were, I think, below us at the time, where I was like, okay, cool. Now that we're entering January, we know. The thing is with Arsenal fans, we know what we need more than anything. Like before going in, we knew that we needed midfielders because El Nenny's gone, and then obviously we knew that Maitland Niles was looking to go. But obviously, I didn't know he would go this quick, but we always knew because obviously, Romano and Ornstein, they was talking about early in the transfer window that Ainsley's trying to cut and everything. So we always knew we're thin, as Levan said, we're thin
Bro,
squad.
The fact of the matter is we have one available central midfielder, and that's Lokonga, and he's not good enough.
Yeah.
And that's crazy considering that you are the club of the top 6 or whatever that haven't had to play as near enough as much games as any of the other teams. And your squad is at the thinnest. Or out of all the squads, out of all the top 5 people that are
We're
probably
not in
around you.
Europe, so we started the season with not a thick squad. But it's a lot of Arsenal right now. I was going to ask about United as well, speaking of transfers. Martial's finally been let
Yeah,
go. You're a big fan of him.
I'm a big fan.
How does that make you feel?
Yeah, devastated. Why do you think I'm wearing a French top, man?
Martial.
makes sense.
Yeah, I'm devastated, man. Yeah.
So you're not a United fan
You know
anyway.
what it is with Martial, yeah.
Shout out FFF though as well. He's not here tonight,
Triple
but
A,
he's there in memory.
This is in tribute
Triple F.
for
He's
Triple
a
big fat Faisal.
Yeah, he's not here today.
You already know, man. But yeah, with Martial, disappointing. That's the word to describe.
What is
the
Man
whole-
United tenure or?
Yeah, I'll say it's disappointing. It's disappointing. No, it's disappointing.
Listen,
I don't think it's a flop though. Why is he laughing though? I want to know why he's laughing.
Big guys that are listening at home,
Yeah.
guys and girls that are listening at home, a debate that's been going on for 2 years, couple years, would say.
Not even a couple of years, been a year. But go
Do you remember downstairs when we was
Whatever it is,
last
yeah,
year?
yeah, whatever it is, we were saying is I think Martial came for 52 M's.
He came for 40. I don't know why everyone keeps at 52. It's 44.
Okay, 44. If you want a Ballon d'Or, it would be like 52, 50.
There's add-on.
Yeah, obviously. So okay,
Hella add-ons.
for I think it's because it's
It's a
52 million
finesse-
euros.
it's
I
a-
think
it's a
52
finesse
million
thing. It's
euros,
a
but
finesse thing anyway, but go on.
44 million, whatever. We said at that time, was he worth the money? As in, like his tenure that he's been like 5 years or something. He joined at 19.
7 years.
Yeah, he joined at 19.
26.
Yeah, 7 years.
26, 27.
6-7 years.
Yeah,
2015 he
6
joined.
years,
It's
6 years,
2022 now.
6 years, yeah.
6
Yeah.
and a bit years, yeah.
6 years, yeah.
And we said, is he worth the price tag you guys brought him for, innit? And then obviously, Ilya said no. Sean said no. Didn't really get an opinion from Sharks. Didn't get an opinion from CBK. I was like, I really like him, but he was not worth the money at the time. And obviously, you was the only one that backed it and said, yeah, he's worth every penny we paid for him.
Mm-hmm.
You still stand by
because
that.
of the FA Cup.
I never said
because
that.
of the
No,
FA Cup.
that wasn't a conversation, by the way. You've kind of changed it.
Sean, what did I say?
The
We used to have an
was-
argument downstairs in the
conversation
cinema room.
was-
Remember, we was arguing in the cinema room about it.
The conversation was, is Martial a flop? Not whether he's worth the money or not. Because the money doesn't really mean shit. It's
At
whether
that
it's-
time, it
whether
was.
it's 50 million.
I think it's a
40
flop personally.
Okay, do you want to say why you think it's a flop?
I'm just saying there was high expectations of a player that was that young.
That's the thing, though. This is the thing. People are measuring him against expectation. That wasn't his fault.
Okay, but not even just expectation, but what his output was as well. What is he? A one in three and a three and a bit man.
His output is the same as Rashford's.
What 1 in 3?
But 1 in 3 isn't bad when he's been played left in the middle.
This is my point.
You want 1 and 2 from a striker, right? From a striker, you want 1 and 2.
And his 2 best seasons were
What
when he
do you
played,
want- what do you want
played
from a striker?
basically
What do you want from a
virtually
striker?
his
1 and
first
2.
season. His first season where he was half decent. And then the season where he went up top.
He scored double digits.
That was the only 2 seasons he had double digits.
Yeah, but okay.
And in between those, obviously,
And the
he's
one,
been
the other
playing
one that he
wide,
went up front.
He's been playing inconsistently, playing wide. He's been playing everywhere.
Yeah, then he scored 11 and 27 or something like that.
You know, okay, with when you're basically evaluating Martial, you have to be fair, innit? Because I feel like a lot of people measure him on the expectations that were created when he first joined us. So everyone was dubbing him as the new Henry. At 19 years old, saying he's the new Henry. He had that Ballon d'Or clause in his contract. So already there was an expectation in people's mind, this guy has to be the next big thing.
Yep.
Obviously, we spent a lot of money on him, 44, 45, 50 million, whatever it is, it's a lot of money. But if you're measuring him by his actual contributions to Manchester United in the 6 years that he's been here, you can't say that he's been a flop. It's impossible. Or the FA Cup goal that he scored in the semi-final to get us to the FA Cup, to win us our first FA Cup in how many years? The goals in the derby games, the big games, even in the Premier League, the hat trick against Southampton when he charged us into he charged us after the lockdown. What do you call it? Bro, he was primarily one of the main reasons why we charged into top 4. We went on a crazy run. That was probably our best period under Oli. Martial was a big part of that. So there's periods in yeah, fair enough, he hasn't been consistent, and yeah, fair enough, he hasn't reached his full potential, but he gave us so many memorable moments in big games. We're talking about derbies against Chelsea, against Arsenal, performances against Arsenal, in Europe. Like there's so many times you can watch videos and moments for days when Martial, like, for me, to say he's been a flop is out. I think it's wrong.
Didn't his number get taken away from him as well?
Was it what number? Yeah, his number got taken away from him.
Ibra came.
With Martial, with Martial, yeah, what you have to also understand is when he first came, he arrived as a striker, played left wing. Under Mourinho, he became a super sub. Under Oli, that was when he finally transitioned to a striker. In his first full season as a striker, scored a lot of goals, scored 23 goals. Then the injuries came and the inconsistencies slightly came into play, which is normal. His confidence fell.
His attitude stinks as well, man.
That's the only problem I have with Martial. That's my only criticism of him. We bought him with the expectation that he would be the man to charge us to the league titles, to the to the Champions Leagues, and win us these big trophies. Obviously, it's clear that he doesn't have that mentality. He doesn't have that, I don't think, that desire.
He has the attitude of a man that's been on he's been a 25 and 30 man for 2-3 years before he came to the club.
Yeah.
That's the attitude he has.
That's the attitude he has.
He has that.
And I agree.
And it's stinky.
But I agree with you in terms of his attitude. Like, I think his attitude, I wouldn't even say attitude, I think it's this mentality thing. I think he's very, because our expectation of Martial, I think he has the ability to be like somebody that can actually, like a Harry Kane. Like somebody that can lead his team. I think he has that ability in him.
I have that for Rashford.
Yeah, Rashford. But the crazy thing is, you see, this is what I find crazy, yeah? You see, when you get Rashford and Martial, in terms of their careers, I think they're very identical. Strikingly similar. Even their stats are strikingly similar. They've both had similar impact. They both started around the club at the same time. They both had big moments. Yeah. You know, they've had, like, you know what I mean, glimpses. And
Rashford came into the team because Martial was injured.
Yeah.
That's why he's had his big break in the European League. But I'm saying it's the same season as Martial's first season.
I'm telling, in terms of what they've contributed to Manchester United since they both started, it's very similar in terms of.
That's what I don't get with Man United. You know, I'm looking at United bench, bro, and I look and I see a shot of Rashford and Martial sitting next to each other. I'm like, you've got 2 sleeping volcanoes here.
Yeah,
like you got 2 players that can take over the world,
literally,
and they're just sitting on your bench to 2 35-plus-year-old men. I'm like, I don't like how you got to build your team around them. You got Rashford here, who I think, who I genuinely, hand and heart believe that if things went differently, or could still go. It could be Rashford, Haaland, and Mbappe in the future,
Oh,
same
wow,
level.
that's mad.
I'm being honest.
No.
He's
He's
not a good player.
No, he's got that.
honest.
No, he's got that ability.
Nah, he hasn't, he hasn't.
He does. He does.
No, if things
He
go
does.
right, I think
He does.
could be
No,
there.
I agree.
And you got Martial,
No,
who also
yeah.
I think could be a superstar.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, you're not developing these
know-
players correctly,
You know what it is?
because there's a different manager every other year.
No, forget even the manager thing. It starts from the player himself. You can get whatever manager you want, because they've
100%.
had enough managers, bro.
Yeah,
They've
yeah.
worked with Louis van Gaal, they've worked with Mourinho, and now they've got Rangnick. So it's clear now that it's not the manager no more. It's them. It
But
comes
that's
down
what I
to the
said to
design
you.
of
I
the
said
player,
you
of
can't go
course.
through that many managers and not be putting in the extra effort, because when managers get turned around, this is why you see the likes of Ruben Loftus-Cheek starting at the start of a season. Just meaty players that weren't getting game time under the previous manager, and now they're all of a sudden they're getting thrown into starting lineups because you put in that extra effort into the training sessions in the mid-season,
when new manager comes,
pre-season, it's fresh
you
start.
show him,
It's fresh start. Everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
So if you go through 3-4 managers like that and not get into that team
None
and
of them are
start up
starting.
front, and no one wants to start you, it's only yourself, bro.
Would you say as well, Liban? Because obviously Man United are big for it. You know, like you reward players for like massive contracts before they've really like obviously potential, but like say for example Martial, Rashford, when they renew their contracts, they're getting 200 grand plus in it. So obviously they're confident.
No,
they're
you're
like,
right. I mean, I can't speak for them. I don't know.
Yeah.
If
No,
that-
I was- obviously you take the money that you
could be a
deserve,
factor.
but-
it could be a factor.
but like when you're so up, it's like
Yeah.
I don't really know.
I remember there was a policy that Fergie had back in the day, where if you was in the reserve team or you was under a certain age, I think it's under 21 or something like that, you wasn't allowed to even drive into training with a sports car. Something like that, something
Bro,
crazy like
I
that.
know. I remember United. I don't know if they still do it now,
Yeah.
but United, the whole youth, all the way up to under 23s, you can only wear black boots.
Mm.
They
Oh,
might
you're
still
right,
do it
that
now.
was a
There's
policy as
there's
well.
a lot, I remember those
There
policies.
was a policy like that as well.
I
There's a
remember.
policy where I think same thing as well. You couldn't drive sports cars into training if you was under a certain age. So people like Rooney, Ronaldo, when they were young, they weren't allowed to drive sports cars into training.
That's
You know
like
what I mean?
that's why I love my guy N'Golo, man. Pulls up in his little Mini Cooper,
No, but you know
picks
what-
up his sticks for after training.
Yeah.
Humble brother.
No, but
Not
you know
these-
what that's
not
for?
these-
That's
not
just
these
to
divas.
get into the mindset to
course.
focus on your football. Forget all this bullshit that's happening.
Not even just football, just in life in general.
Yeah.
Your attitude in life, how your attitude in life will reflect how you do on the pitch as well.
100%.
Oh,
No, but
100%,
but
100%.
I agree with you in the sense of them two have all the tools to be world beaters.
100%.
I think maybe Martial
You've seen
had
it.
the ability, but I don't think Marcus Rashford.
Nah, I
is.
think they do. If you look at all the,
I love
all the big
Martial
games,
though.
all the big
I ain't
games,
gonna lie.
all the big games that
I've always
No,
wanted
but
to
I've watched too much of Marcus
Go on.
Rashford, man.
Go on, let him finish. Go
Go
on.
on.
I said Rashford's Big Six record, unbelievable.
I know Sean knows what a free kick he scored against them.
No, but I'm saying just in general, the
Cup
Chelsea,
game.
the Liverpool, Man City. If you look at his record against top teams, unbelievable. So it shows you that on the big occasion, he's got that switch to be like, I'm gonna take charge. But we need that every single week.
Yep.
We don't want it just against Liverpool, and then next week when we go over to Wolves, you're dropping a 2 out of 10. We don't want that, bro. The best players in when you're talking about the Mbappes, the Haalands, and all of that, they do it week in, week out, and that's where and that's why I feel like with Martial is a bit unfair, because I think they're both very similar in that sense where they've both been inconsistent. But Rashford gets away with it. Why? Because he's from the academy. Whereas we spent
Yeah, he's English.
45 million on Martial. So that's where the criticism of Martial is a bit more harsher, which is part of the game.
And
innit?
with Martial, I know obviously the reason he not forced to move, but he wanted to leave was he's trying to get into that World Cup 2022.
Yeah,
man.
which is
So
understandable.
I'm
I
happy with
completely
him.
understand why he left.
Yeah, I'm so happy seeing him go Sevilla, plays football, because obviously he's
And he'll
gonna
kill
go.
it. He'll kill
Yeah,
it.
I know.
I promise you, he'll go there, he'll be there, and he will kill it.
Then he'll kill it, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's hard." But
I
thank
can
God
see it. I can see him turning up at Sevilla, and then he stays in like Real Madrid or something. And be like, yeah, I want this guy. Fuck it.
Because there's not much going on in the
I
league
can-
at the
I
moment.
can
As
see
it
it.
is,
It go-
Real Madrid
yeah.
are going to win the league. It's
Yeah.
just whoever out of the. That's what I'm saying. There's not much going on, so he can very easily go and turn it on.
And the thing is with Prem players, whenever they tend to go away from like when they go
Yeah.
abroad and stuff, they just turn up. Especially
Listen-
for some reason, Man United, Sanchez winning the league, Ashley Young was pivotal.
If
Victor
Giroud,
Moses
if
when he was
Giroud
with
and Tammy
Giroud's killing.
Abraham could fucking go over there and do something,
Bro.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But what about speaking of Tammy? What about Chelsea? What's going on there? Is Rudiger leaving? What's going on? You
It's
know.
annoying,
I
man.
heard Christensen's gone ban as well.
It's Christensen. It's his dad, man. This guy
Yeah.
is always, man. His dad always wants to get involved with his renewing of his
But
contract.
that's Rory's boy, no? My favorite centre back.
That's crazy.
What's going on,
still.
with Rudiger, man?
It's mad, man. If you genuinely just go to games, you see the love from the fans that like Rudy is to the
Even his passion.
He is probably the second player that people get behind, other than Mason Mount. Mason Mount is Chelsea's best player for us anyway.
And he's
but-
an academy boy. You
yeah,
always
yeah,
love
so it's
the academy.
English academy boy. They like him, but Rudiger is the second player. Him and Thiago Silva, the fans loved him too. And for us to just allow him to run out his contract and and look at all the different possibilities of people that are going to offer him the money, because you got to remember at his age now as well,
he can still see one more big contract.
He's got that one move in him.
One more
so he's
big
thinking,
contract.
I can get a 50 million quid transfer,
Yeah.
nick 5-6 million quid into my bank account, straight in
You
there.
got.
How long is he going to make 5-6 million quid? It's going to take him 2-3 years to make 5.
You got to remember as well with Real Madrid, because obviously Real Madrid are after him. I think they offered like 400 bags to Alaba.
Yeah.
So obviously,
the wages are there.
Real Madrid got wages here.
Exactly. So they're gonna look at Rudiger and go,
even if we win the league, but even if we were to match the wages, it's a thing where that signing on fee is a massive fee to put into someone's account.
Real Madrid don't care. Real Madrid
I think it's more likely that Rudiger will stay and Christensen will leave.
No, Christensen's already out the door.
We've already looked like we're signing Kunde. It looks like it's already been agreed because we couldn't get it done at the last minute in a.
I think Christensen's leaving though.
Christensen might leave as well.
I think his mind's
I've Bayern came out said Sule's gone.
Leaving.
So obviously I feel like Christensen's still a young guy. He's like 24,
even
25.
Sule's been linked as well, man. It's just,
That's meaty, but
horrible, man.
because if you're linked to Newcastle, just leave me alone, man.
Jesus.
But with that,
that's true to say. When linked to Newcastle, allow it.
But you wanted Bruno Guimaraes, he's linked to Newcastle.
But the Newcastle shall force the hand. They need to chill with that. But what's his name? Aspilicueta as well, going Barca, linked to Barca.
I don't know. I think
Romano came out and said today.
He's club captain, man. I think he's
he came out and said I think Xavi wants him.
Yeah, I don't think
Everyone's trying to raise Chelsea.
Aspi will play for Xavi in it.
Because the all free agents, bro.
I think he's proper Chelsea though, man. I think they've become proper Chelsea.
Only Trevor's under contract. And Thiago Silva just
Thiago Silva's extended.
But he's like 1 year, like
yeah. But
I signed last year, or year before.
Rudiger's too influential, man.
He is
way too influential. Now, so
you can't heavily rely on Trevor Chalobah to be your spear. Like even Kunde, it's like I like him. He's a young centre back, but you know, as you said, the way what Rudiger brings, he doesn't just bring it on the football pitch. Like his energy, his passion, and all that stuff. Like,
do you know what it is? People have been questioning the fact that is Rudiger only just putting in this hard shift throughout the start of the season to look to get that move? Because what if he was to stay? Just we do his renew his wages, and then he kind of just goes into comfortable mode and doesn't really put in the effort.
You know, if I was him,
I don't want that. I don't think me personally. I don't think he's that type of person, but it can happen. I've seen it happen with players when they put in the shift early and then they just sit back. It's like Matic. When Matic went to United,
Aubameyang,
Arsenal contract.
No, but like I'm saying, like with you lot, with Matic, came in, put in a shift, 4, 5, 6 games, cemented his place, sat back, and then started to play meaty because he was already cemented in the side. I'm not too sure still, but we need to sign him.
And it's also, as you said, where if you've got no competition in your position, it's easy. Like with us,
there's multiple factors.
With us in midfield. Like if Xhaka has a stinker, we know Xhaka's. They're not starting Lokonga next game or something.
As soon as he's back, he's going back.
There's multiple factors. Running competition in your side is what drives on a lot of performances from your players. So that's why
even with the youngsters, man, like people like Emil Smith Rowe, like all that stuff, when they were playing amazing when they were young and hungry and everything like exciting. Now Smith Rowe is the number 10 for the club, Saka's the number 7 for the club. Like they're starters, so that could affect them, especially at a young age. That not having that competition in that midfield
I agree.
affects your performance.
But for me, when it comes to Arsenal, I don't know why, but obviously I don't think Ødegaard and Smith Rowe work together the way I wanted it to, but I don't think it does.
I just said I prefer Smith Rowe on the left, because Martinelli's on the left now. Smith Rowe is central, and I prefer him on the left. Even like the assist he almost got for Laka would have been an incredible assist that came from the left. So it's
man.
But even that competition, that's what I'm saying.
But even us,
but before when Smith Rowe did go drop to the bench, every time he came on, he scored.
Bro, but that's the thing. Now we're bringing on
competition.
Now we're bringing on Eddie Nketiah.
He's still not scoring.
Please, God, Ilahi, just make sure you don't make sure he doesn't resign. And I'm resigning. Renew his contract. Wallahi,
you need him. He's our backup striker.
I don't want Signal at Emirates. Wallahi,
he's our secretary striker,
bro. I want him to be not even an option. Like I want him out.
He's not a fan.
I'm not a fan. Like, bro,
he's not a fan.
You know how that guy tweeted saying, "I walked past Eddie Nketiah and did not even flinch." I said, "I would have been the same."
Yeah, someone tweeted that today.
I would have been the same. I said, "Yeah." I mean, he's probably a decent guy. He's just not a good footballer.
Before we see the final week of transfer, let's
talk about Newcastle.
Okay, really quickly, let's talk about Newcastle. Good shout, Newcastle.
Because obviously they've been after Diego Carlos for a while, and then obviously Diego Carlos wanted to go.
Yeah, of course.
Sevilla said nah, they closed the door. Newcastle kept putting up money, not happening. Obviously, Bruno Guimaraes, they just put a bid in for him. I think who else did they bring?
Do you think they'll stay up?
Now unfortunately, you know me, I'm a big Eddie Howe hater. Proud to say, big Eddie Howe hater.
Yeah.
He's a bomb coach. But I think they'll stay up still.
You reckon?
Yeah,
I think the three that I said, Burnley, Watford, Norwich, they're the three that go down.
Burnley have a lot of games to play still.
You know, Norwich
they have
scare me, you know.
Burnley, I don't know. I don't know.
Dean Smith is a very good
I don't know if
coach.
Burnley go down. You know.
That's the thing. I don't know about Burnley as well, bro.
Why? Because they had a good result against you lot.
No, not even that. It's just
No, not you. I'm saying about
They've
them.
got a lot of games to play.
yeah.
And
They're
they've got
signing
games-
players.
And
You
it's
see
Sean
what? You see
Dyche.
one thing you got to learn
It's
about
Sean
games in hand.
Dyche.
FC does not work well. Tottenham
It worked for Tottenham.
doesn't.
It
It
did.
got cooked by us.
Apart from you guys, it worked for them. They're above. They're
We
above-
played them
Bro,
4 times.
They're in that top 4.
We've
know,
cooked them 4 times this year.
still
They're not
just playing.
coming, man. They're shit.
You know, Burnley are signing Osic from Dynamo.
Oh
You
my.
know the guy that killed Tottenham.
Yeah. He's got a hat trick against
Yeah.
them in the Europa League.
They signed him and they're
Tottenham.
bringing in a striker. Like they've opened up the European
Yeah,
tax.
they
And they got
got,
Cornet
you know, they
coming
got
back.
new owners, by the way, Burnley. That's why they got all this money to throw now.
Yeah.
I thought they were
Yeah.
using Chris Wood's money still.
Yeah, nah, they got money to throw now.
But Tottenham are bad. I can't lie to you. The games that I've watched them play us, they've been so bad.
they're scrapes.
No, but it's not scrape. I genuinely don't
Call
think
me crazy,
the
bro.
game's in
I'm
hand.
telling you guys now, United getting top 4. Call me crazy, but they're getting top
The
4.
fact you're saying call me crazy.
Listen. Honestly,
Is what makes me happy.
I don't.
Because you know why? Because
For it to be crazy to make top 4.
No, but you know why? Because I said this in the previous episode and I got good for it. But I'm saying
I don't think it's impossible.
Yeah, I think it's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
It's a
I think
race.
gonna
It's a
happen,
race
yeah.
because
Yeah.
Tottenham are still in it. We're still in it.
No, it's definitely a race. No, I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's definitely a race, man. I'm not
That-
saying
that-
it's-
So I think we've still got a game in hand. Obviously, game in hand.
I just think
Obviously,
it
as you said, but
It's never good.
Listen, as we
I
speak,
feel like a point or two behind
as
them.
we speak right now, United are in 4th place.
Yeah.
That's the fact of the matter. That United are well and truly
How
comfortably
far
in that
Arsenal
race.
behind them?
We are 2 points behind them with a game in hand. But so
As
but we're
bad as we've been in the past couple of weeks,
I'm not
I
gonna
think
lie.
we're comfy.
I wouldn't say.
You know,
We haven't really got to play no one.
No, now that you beat Spurs, yeah. If Spurs had beaten you, I'll be like, I think you'll get top
I
4th
can't-
place. I think
From
you'll get
from
4th
that
place.
Brighton game, I couldn't believe it. What I was watching, I said, "This is the most stinkiest performance I think I've ever seen." Especially when we'd only just played Brighton not too long ago.
Yeah, and he
I'm
got
saying
a
you went
Jordan
and
as well.
play. You went and go to play 4 at the back.
But that's my
something that
team,
you're
though.
not used to, and then you think you can go and attack Brighton, and it was arguably I'd never seen a second half highlights not have any highlight for Chelsea.
That's my team,
It
though.
was terrible.
Yeah, listen, we got against my brother Ziyech though, man. Because like, there was
Oh, yes.
people that wanna
Liban
know,
wants
like,
answers.
what's going
The
on?
Twitter needs to
Ziyech.
chill out, man.
What's going
There's
on
too
there?
many brothers
I'm
with
not gonna lie,
Ziyech as their
man.
pictures.
By the way, guys, Levon's been getting onto Chelsea for some reason, so we need to find out why.
Yeah, man. Why, man?
I don't
Why is
know.
he
I don't know
been-
where this.
Why is he banging these Muslims and Sean tweets?
It's true, though.
No,
like,
no, but it's-
Ziyech, everyone knows. You don't rate him.
No, but listen, we're not trying to attack you, but there's a weird trend going on.
It isn't, brother.
It's a very weird
My
trend.
boy Mahrez. I love my boy Mahrez.
Anyone that said the Shahada,
I love my boy
for some
N'Golo.
reason, you've got a problem with it.
What, N'Golo?
It's a problem.
Nah, it's not.
But listen, so you happy with Ziyech? You happy with Ziyech?
Hakim Ziyech was shocking against Brighton. Was the only person to score in that game, but was arguably the worst player on that team.
But that keeper made a mistake, no?
Bar Lukaku, and it was a shocking goalkeeper.
Yeah.
It was
celebrate.
shocking. But he's been poor, and then he's throwing tantrums. He's not really working
What about
hard.
the game against Tottenham?
Tottenham, work ethic went through the roof.
You know why though?
But he was
Sean
on
was
the,
at the game, bro.
I was at the game.
Okay.
You watched him. You spoke
He
to him.
spotted-
said,
no, he
hey,
spotted him in the crowd.
Hey, you Muslim.
He spotted him.
Hey, you Muslim.
But I can't lie to you. He received the ball so
Hey,
many.
you Islamic. You get it.
he received the ball so much compared to like Cho's side. Like we have not been playing the ball to Callum Hudson-Odoi at all, and he's another player that I don't understand how he's playing and how certain players are on the bench.
for the goal, though.
No, but he's been
He hasn't
playing
got left
poor.
foot, I ain't
He's
gonna lie
been
to you.
playing
Left
poor.
hand Ganga.
Nah, he's been playing poor, man. Well, that one time when he spun him on the line on the
Yeah,
far side.
come on.
Yeah.
That's one moment.
One moment could change a
No,
game.
no. I think with Cho, yeah,
Facts.
he should have just gone Bayern, man.
I wish we did. 60 million quid would have been
Bro,
extra.
like,
Would have been nice.
Sure.
He's not that good,
I
man.
can't lie to you. Know, if
He doesn't have a left foot,
I'll
bro.
be honest with you, yeah.
Well,
He
I
hasn't
remember
got a burst.
I told you
So
guys in the chat. I said,
predictable.
I told you guys in the chat. I said, I remember watching one Champions League game. The guy was afraid to go on his left. I said, what's going on?
But that is what in an attack, yeah. That is the most worst thing you could be. Is predictable. We've got predictability from both sides. Hakim Ziyech will only come in on his left foot and whip it back post. Like,
Iron Robben.
It works for Morris.
No, but in stages,
Iron Robben.
no. They got
Robben.
versatility. They can drive down the line and they can beat their player in the line, and then
Yeah,
they'll
but they do have predictability in their game.
Hudson Odoi. Nah, they don't have. That's one thing Riyad Mahrez doesn't have in his game is predictability. He could do anything.
No, you know he's not using his right foot.
Yeah, basically.
No, but he will drive it.
No, but yeah,
Hudson Odoi has got
I hate
no
what he's
ability
saying.
to
I hate what
run
he's
the
saying. I hate
line.
what he's saying.
No, thing with Mahrez, he can go. You can. Mahrez does use his right.
Yeah.
He can go. His skills can take him either way, and
Yeah.
he'll just sell you, deceive it that he's going right or cutting
yeah.
left.
But Hudson is never going to drive down that byline.
Whereas Robben,
Never.
he was just quick. He knew what he was doing.
doing,
2-3 steps back, push to his left. He can shoot from inside. He can go
No,
cut
you're
back
right,
into
you're right,
whatever.
you're
right.
With Mahrez, Ziyech, he's got no pace.
He's got no pace.
But he hasn't got as good of feet as Mahrez.
Yeah.
So as you said, where he needs that someone to run off, like a bit like
Yeah,
Pepe, where he
he
needs
needs-
someone to run
yeah,
off the overlap
yeah.
just to cut in, and then
that's
he
why-
can deliver them shots.
But that's why Reece James was pivotal to him being on that side, because he's the activity that is needed for him to be a diversion.
Yeah.
We can't have as
because
as a
that's true.
diversion.
No, that's
it's
right, that's
never
true.
going
No,
there.
that's
So
true.
him
Yeah.
cutting on his side, like it happened. Like the first half was so jarring because the only thing that he was doing was cutting inside and whipping it back stick. Hudson had two big chances with the headers. There were two good balls, and that's why I was impressed with Ziyech's performance against.
He's a
Tottenham
confidence
from
player as well,
Brighton.
though.
Yeah, but it was two
Because like
completely different.
second half, he was like, you know what, I'm trying to attack these players.
Even the
He
relationship
never does
between him
that.
and Lukaku looked a lot better. So God knows how who'd got them together to sit down and talk it out. But
They wanted to
it
shish
looked-
bro.
but
Took him out.
they seemed a lot better.
Them two and Lever.
Yeah, they seemed a lot better. He worked hard as well. Like the times he was running back, and winning the ball, I was impressed with. So if he can keep up them performances. Not even just the goal. If you took away the goal from Ziyech's performance that day, it was a lot better.
Yeah.
Like the goals don't mean nothing to me. He scored
Of
against.
course not.
He
I
scored
never
against
judge.
Brighton.
Someone scored a goal. That means they had a good game.
He
That-
scored
that's
against
not- that's
Brighton
not hand in
and was
hand.
a 2 out of 10.
Yannick Bolasie says.
That one,
Yeah.
he was wicked.
That's exactly that. That's how I know he didn't watch my game. But and lastly, just going to City. They think they've won it already.
I thought that,
Yeah, it's
He's
done.
done.
It's done, man.
You see, what's Pep doing, man? See this? He drew against Southampton. Is like that's my best performance this year.
He's a
And
sick,
like-
sick
and-
yeah,
and-
he just-
and the
Bro,
guy
he's
was
a- bro, he's a sicko. Wallah, I told you this.
And the guy was like, "Yo, this has been their best performance by far."
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like I mean he does that to drive the attention away from
That's what I'm saying. I think
Yeah.
he's like,
The
yeah.
performance,
Or he
yeah.
wants the press to confuse the press,
press. Yeah,
and then
yeah.
he'll give it to his players.
play
and
it,
say,
basically. You saw it in the
I've always said
documentary.
to you,
Man
bro,
said-
I despise this
by
man.
far.
Yeah. He knows it.
Like the way he
He's
did it
trolling,
back
he's
then.
trolling. He's trolling.
He could win some. He could beat someone 6-0. That they were very good.
Yeah, he will
Yeah,
smoke.
game
He will
was
smoke us 5-0.
Yeah, they
Bro,
were-
Arsenal, the way they're top
Arteta knows
team.
what he's
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
I said, bro, he doesn't. If you're losing 5-0, he doesn't know what he's
He
doing.
twerks for the camera.
But you know what it is, yeah? Liverpool, we didn't even touch on Liverpool quickly.
Yeah.
But even Liverpool, they're coping well still
Oh yeah.
with what they've got.
Yeah, that's bro.
As
got
much as
Jota.
that VAR decision was a bit schneidi,
Yeah.
they've been performing
To be
good
honest, though,
enough.
Palace should have got something out of it, bro.
They
The
should have.
chances they had were like.
The penalty killed that game.
Yeah.
It killed it still.
I'll say right now it does look like City will win, but I wouldn't say rule out Liverpool just yet though. 'Cause
Nah.
Well, what's the point differential between those two?
It's
9
not
6 or
points.
something.
Nine,
Yeah, it's
but I
9
think
with game
Liverpool
in it.
Liverpool have extra every
Yeah.
game they need to play.
So that's
So
3
there could be
games.
6.
Could be
Yeah, but that's
six.
free
And then
games.
you got the game against. Man
they're
City,
still playing each
Liverpool.
other.
They have to play each other as well.
You got to drop 3 games.
City can.
City can drop again.
Southampton.
Liverpool drop games. Liverpool drop games.
But then they're gonna have the boost of Salah and Mane coming back as well.
Champions League's
Nah.
back as well.
Champions League's
The
back,
league's done.
yeah. Nah, I don't think it's. I think it does look
Okay,
likely.
yeah.
that Man City
Before
will
we
win.
end it, so 2 questions.
Yeah.
3 questions. Is the league done?
Yeah.
No.
City won the league.
No.
Okay,
Yep.
to say it's done,
Okay.
I was wrong.
No, I don't say it's
I don't think
done.
done.
You know, before
But
before
to
last
City are
week,
strong
everyone was saying
favourites to win.
cakewalking. Everyone was saying they were going to cakewalk.
Second question. Who's getting I'm not even assuming Chelsea are getting third.
Yeah.
Third and fourth. Who's third and fourth?
Chelsea and United.
Chelsea United, yeah.
Ilahi, please, Arsenal sign players. Chelsea, Arsenal.
If Arsenal make signings, Arsenal.
Well, that's all I'm
yeah,
saying,
Arsenal
bro.
right now,
Based-
they're killing me, man.
based-
The
I'm
month
bro,
does-
wallahi,
does make
bro.
a difference.
I'm
This
gonna
month does
say
make a
right now,
difference.
Right,
Chelsea Spurs.
Nah, Spurs.
No. Spurs don't play good football, bro.
Impulse.
Spurs don't play good football.
Ben
Antonio
Davies
Conte.
playing centre back and Matt Doherty right
You
back.
was there, bro.
Right wing back.
Obviously,
Shocking.
you need this type of stuff.
And
To
that's
be honest,
the two teams I hate.
Tottenham put a bid in for
Impulse.
Luis Diaz today.
Times have changed, man.
Tottenham put a bid in for Luis Diaz. 44
Dangerous player.
danger,
Life
man.
comes at you fast in 2 weeks, Sharks. I can't lie to you.
Listen. Obviously, depends on the last week of the transfer window what happens. But
Ilahi, come on, Edu.
we'll see what happens. And last question: relegation. Who's get relegated?
Burnley, Norwich, Watford.
Burnley,
Done.
no, Burnley, mate. I want to say Newcastle because fuck Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
What?
Burnley and
Norwich.
I wouldn't know what this guy's beef with Eddie
What,
Howe.
Norwich not going to get there?
Nah,
Norwich staying up.
Not staying up.
Same one.
I
Burnley,
just deem
Watford,
Dean Smith.
Norwich.
Yeah, same. Burnley, Burnley. Nah, I think Burnley will do it. I think Watford, Norwich, Watford, and Newcastle, man.
Crazy.
Newcastle, yeah.
Newcastle.
Fuck Eddie Howe, baby.
No,
I don't know.
the richest club in the world in the championship.
He's a pussy. That's what he is.
I'd love to get Eddie.
All right,
Howe.
so yeah, you guys get involved in the comments about everything we've discussed.
Bum
Feel free to
coach.
get involved. Tweet us on Twitter, #SDSPod, and listen to the Spotify and audio as well. For the
Guys, I listen to the audio. It's amazing.
If you finish watching this video and you want to keep hearing us because the other 2 videos aren't out yet, head over to Spotify and iTunes and get
I'll
ahead
be
of
when I'm working. I'll tell you that.
get ahead of everyone else. Stars, could give a review to the Spotify. You love it, right?
Well, I enjoy it.
There you go. So-
Working.
Yeah, when
listen
he's
to it.
working in the pub dishing out them pints, he's listening.
I don't work in a pub with lies. Chill out.
If you want to be ahead of everyone,
Relax, chill out.
if you want to be ahead of all your friends, listen to the audio. Links in the description. Goodbye.